If the Democratic Party continues to cater to those type of people.
Post breakdown of laughter over left Trump meltdown. They call us weird. Wait, where's the left meltdown? Oh, they're doing the left is melting down. Oh God, they're doing the 2016. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like while there are a lot of people who are understandably very frustrated by the situation that unfolded, it's the second time around. It's a rerun. So I feel like there's significantly less people. Like, people just kept coming in to my broadcast the night of the election to be like, oh, you're crying. And I was like, I'm not. I expected this. And not only did I expect this, but also, like, shit is up regardless. And I feel like they didn't really get what they wanted out of me. And I don't know if they got what they wanted out of others either.
If the Democratic Party continues to cater to those type of people, they're going to keep losing. I mean, just the reaction shows you these are the same people that want the wokeness, that wanted the border to be open, that wants the trans ideology stuff to be in the classroom with children. You have to reject this side of your party if you want to start.
I can't begin to explain to you how nefarious and damaging this is that both Fox News and MSNBC and CNN are in unison portraying the Democratic Party's like campaign mistakes as like something that they didn't even do in an effort to basically normalize more bigoted sentiment being expressed. We are in a very bad place. In a very, very, very bad place, dude. Tough medicine this morning. Wow. A rich corporate consultant lobbyist who is now part of two failed presidential campaigns blames nebulous political correctness rather than pointing the finger at himself and all his rich friends' failures to achieve the task they were paid handsomely to do. It's funny how every time some rich consultant scapegoats college kids, trans people, or some other vague woke boogeyman, it's presented as some edgy truth-telling in Tough Medicine. It's the most popular scapegoat after every election. It's not brave to deflect blame from yourself. Philippe Rines perfectly sums up corporate consultancy world. I failed at doing my one job. Now listen to me about how to best do the job that I failed at. I played Trump in Hillary Clinton's 2016 debate prep. Here's what it takes to beat him. And they just keep failing over and over again. Give us a shot. I'm done with this shit. Give us a shot, dude. Give the people a shot. Give the people a chance. You have lost time and time again. It's time to try something different. I'm sick and tired of the same old nonsense. I want a Democratic Party that actually fights fascism, okay? I don't want a Democratic Party that is basically trying to capture the essence of the fascist movement and like trying to do their own more moderate version of it, okay? I don't want moderated, managed fascism. I want anti-fascism. What the is this nonsense, dude? It's done. It's done. Give it up. You keep running this shit to the ground every single time, and then you complain about the same old bullshit. It's done. It's over. Liberalism is dying, okay? You are woefully incompetent, deliberately incompetent. And the very fact that corporate media props up these assholes is so goddamn annoying. Put me in there, coach. I'll go on CNN. Casey Hunt, put me up there. I'll talk to them. It'll make for great content. I promise you. You'll have ratings like you've never seen before. Straight up. Someone's got to do it. What the is happening? Why is no one saying the truth? We just went from Fox News, right, being like, oh, you got to stop this woke nonsense, to CNN saying, we got to stop this woke nonsense.
No, don't overread. But this was sweeping in, the popular vote.
No, I'm not.
You lost. You're a fucking big old loser, okay? You're a giant, phony, baloney, big, fat loser, all right? You're done. You're cut. You're done. This is why Americans love meritocracy in sports, okay? Because guess what, dude? Bronny James, a.k.a. Le Seaman, a.k.a. Le Nut. If he can't cut it in the NBA and the big leagues, you're sending his ass down to the G Leagues, okay? That's it. There's no, okay, he gets more playtime. Like, it doesn't work that way. It don't work that way. Even though Le Goat deserves to have his Le Son, Le Sperm, play alongside him if he wants to do so, ultimately, he's got to develop in the G Leagues. He might not be able to, but it doesn't matter. If you can't put up numbers, you got to go. Bro grew his own teammate. Yeah, it's sick. What is bro talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Why do we keep rewarding these assholes, dude?
I'm not saying don't overread. I'm saying try to narrow the factors and in some, orderly way unpack what happened. So let's just say.
First of all, I will never quit meat riding, okay? I've said this over and over again. I don't care, okay? You can say Hasan, pause. You can say holy moly. You can say glaze. You can spam writing all day, every day, okay? It's true. He is the GOAT. He is my GOAT. He is the best, the greatest athlete, generational talent that blessed basketball, blessed our eyeballs. Okay. He invented basketball. They should change it to La Basketball. Let's continue.
I'm wrong about what I said earlier, that inflation could have been hunky-dory and we would have lost about these things. Either way, here's the problem. I'm not concerned right now what the right thinks about the Democratic Party. I'm concerned about what I think about the Democratic Party.
You're talking a big game about the next Democratic president, by the way, so everybody fucking calm down. I'm just letting you know that is the next goddamn president you're talking about, Ohio's very own. I don't care about like, oh, celebrities, like they should run for office. No, LeBron James is so good that he could be the LeBron James of winning the presidency. Okay, he could be the president. He needs to get a restraining order. No. And you said the Dem establishment are detached from reality. This is the most real I've been. This is the closest I've been to reality. Okay.
I don't like to echo the congressmen, all three of them. I don't like the fact that a small portion of our party is pretty much dictating where we are.
I do love that liberals get to just fucking be like openly transphobic and racist, but then they can like couch it in, this is how you win elections. You know, Kamala Harris didn't say enough slurs. Sick, man. Good idea. Maybe that's why you're a fucking generational loser.
That they are pretty much, we are being branded as the most extreme of us. It is not only politically problematic, as we just saw, because none of this stuff helped, but we need to take stock of why we are being held hostage to the far left. No one should be and wants to be kowtowing to the extremes of their own parties. Most Democrats I know think there's a huge problem at the border. Most Democrats I know think, frankly, that males at birth shouldn't play in women's sports and vice versa. For us to go forward and be representative of the Democratic Party, all whatever tens of millions, half a million, you know, half the country, whatever you want to, however you want to describe it, we have to reorient it towards, and, you know, the congressman made the point that he's up until today.
Yeah, it was crazy when trans people were like, I mean, some, not all, but like there were some trans people that were like, we're voting for the Democratic Party out of like pure protection. And remember the conversation I had with some of the trans chatters that were saying that? And I was like, listen, if the Democratic Party was dropping the ball on trans people, I'd be right there with you, defending you in the same way that I would defend undocumented migrants, in the same way that I am uncompromising in my values for Palestinian people. I'm there. Remember who you thought were your allies in that regard. Remember how much they yelled at Chapel Roan? You literally said this anti-discourse would happen post-election 3 weeks ago? Yes, I did.
They afraid to say it, and God knows what'll happen on my Twitter when I get home. On the other cultural stuff, and I don't even know how to refer to it without.
Who is this heinous person? That's a failure. That's a failure right there. Hillary Clinton advisor, corporate lobbyist, who I believe also advised the Kamala Harris campaign as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm afraid to say something wrong, but the woke stuff, the PC police stuff, you'll see Republicans who say they're afraid to say X. I'm afraid to say X.
What are Republicans afraid to say, dog? Have you met a Republican? Like, they are not afraid to say anything. Unless you mean slurs. So what slurs do you want to say? Just say it. Come on, big dog. Say it with your chest. Let it out. Let it rip, dude. We're in a post-Trump world. Come on. What slurs is swirling around in your fucking cranium, huh? What are you trying to say?
These congressmen are afraid to say X. Why? Why are you afraid to say X? It should be afraid if it's something stupid and hateful and makes someone feel that they don't belong. But saying I don't agree with you, or saying that's not representative of the bulk of us, that part of the problem we've had as Democrats is that we have gotten pulled to the left so far that we can't make common sense decisions. And look, I worked for Hillary, and she had to contend with Bernie. Bernie, went after Biden. I shouldn't say went after. He entered the primary. There's no evidence that the Bernie Sanders wing of the Democratic Party has met with any success or represents this party. Yet, we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue every time someone on the hard left says, "Oh, you can't do that." We're all going to paralyze. I mean, I don't know what the answer.
I don't know what to say that I haven't said for the past couple of days now, that I haven't said for the past couple of years now, that I haven't said, especially so in the past couple of months in Kamala's truncated campaign. These people need to go. Okay? They need to be exiled to a faraway land. Put them on a fucking island. I'm done. You should never, if you were this big of a loser in any professional capacity, in any other field, you would be arrested, okay? You would be jailed permanently. You can't be this bad, this consistently in any other field except for being a cop. The only group, or being a CEO. CEOs, cops, and political consultants consistently paid to just not do their fucking jobs and do a piss poor attempt at it, and then constantly me. It's not me. I'm not the reason why we fucking lost again. It's actually Bernie Sanders. It's actually the wokes. It's actually transgender people.
The PC police doesn't just apply to Republicans. It applies to, I don't know what I'd call myself. I just call myself a Democrat. I'm not a progressive. I'm not a lefty. I think I'm to the right of some Republicans on some topics.
Dude, why are you? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. Like, openly stating this is like jail. Imagine going so neocon. Bill Kristol tells you to chill out and talk about progressive populist messaging instead. Lamau, I miss it. They had Bill Kristol telling her to pivot to left populism, and they kept handing Liz Cheney the mic. Interestingly, Bill Kristol, a top never Trump Republican, publicly urged Harris in the final weeks of the campaign to pitch a progressive populist economic message against Trump and his army of billionaire supporters. In late October, he wrote on X, feels like maybe Kamala Harris should embrace Elizabeth Warren's ultra-millionaire tax and barnstorm on that policy for the next 10 days. I like that the imagination is still limited in this regard. It's shocking to hear that from neocon Bill Kristol himself, but it is funny that like he still capped his imagination at Elizabeth Warren, which is like technocratic, nerdy social democracy, which is, again, not a fucking populist sentiment. You're so close, yet kind of far. There is no need to complicate this, okay? Just say you are going to address the pain. That's it. Are people having a hard time with how much housing costs with rent? You're going to say you're going to lower the rent. You're going to fix the housing market by flooding the housing market with additional homes, additional units. You're not going to say no fucking public-private partnership. You're not going to do any of that nonsense. You're going to say you are going to flood the market with so many homes, it's going to put the Chinese ghost cities to shame. Okay? Okay, the second part, I'm joking. They're not. You should never say that. Never compare yourself to China. Unless you're going to talk about how you're going to outcompete China.